Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a good night's rest and can wake up in the morning refreshed and ready to serve God. I have my coffee with me this morning, and I have already sprayed for the mosquitoes, so hopefully they will stay away. Anyway, my Lucky Bean coffee cup from Mackinac Island. Good cup of coffee ready to start the day. We've been reading Egermeier's Bible storybook. And I apologize for not staying on it, but I've had quite a busy week this past week, and I was just exhausted. So, anyway, this story is from the passage of Scripture, Genesis, is derived from the passage of Scripture, Genesis 15 to 17. Abram's tent home. Abram was growing old. Although he had great riches and many servants, he had no children. One night, while he was asleep, God appeared to him and said, "Do not be afraid, for I will protect you, and I will give you a great reward, because you are faithful." "What will you give me for a reward?" Abram asked. God promised that someday Abram would have a son. At God's bidding, Abram got up, went outside, and looked up at the star-lit heavens. "Someday the children of your family," God said, "shall be as many as the stars, so many that no one can count them." Abram understood that his family would one day own the land of Canaan. Even though Abram did not have any children, he believed God's promise. God caused him to know that the children of his family would be slaves in a strange land for 400 years. After that, they would return to Canaan and possess the land. Later, we shall see how this comes to pass. And this is the artist's rendition of Abram's tent home. At one time, Abram and his household went to Egypt during a famine in the land of Canaan. When they returned, they brought with them an Egyptian servant girl named Hagar. They taught Hagar about the true God. One day, Hagar displeased Sarah. Sarah punished Hagar severely, and Hagar ran away. For some time, Hagar followed the sandy desert road. When she got tired, she stopped to rest by a fountain. There, an angel of the Lord found her. "Hagar, Sarah's maid, where did you come from, and where are you going?" the angel asked. "I am running away from my mistress," Hagar replied, "because I am so unhappy." "Go back," the angel said, "and try to please Sarah. God will give you a son. He will grow up to be a strong man." Hagar knew a messenger from God had spoken to her. God had known about her all the time. She obeyed and returned to Sarah. Afterward, the fountain in the wilderness where the angel had found her was called Beer La Haroi, which means a well of the living one who sees me. Hagar had a son as God had promised. Abram named him Ishmael, which means God hears. Abram loved Ishmael, but Ishmael was not the child that God had promised him. When Abram was nearly 100 years old, God spoke to him again. Abram fell on his face and listened. God said, "I will make a covenant with you." Abram knew a covenant was a promise between two people, each one agreeing to do something for the other. In this covenant, God had promised to give Abram a son, and Abram promised to serve God faithfully. God said, your name shall be no more called Abram, but Abraham, which means the father of many. And your wife Sarai shall be called Sarah, which means princess. And that is the end of our story for today. I hope you have a wonderful day.